Okay, 48. From a point 200 feet from its base, the angle of elevation is underlining from the ground to a top of a lighthouse. Oh, a lighthouse is a building. A building stands erect. This is a right triangle. Let's go ahead and draw our right triangle. Okay, a lot of people draw them differently, but we'll just label it as we go. And love the right triangles. And we only know this because a lighthouse stands erect. Okay, so got the right angle indicator here and just putting it out. So this is our lighthouse. And it says a point from its base. So this is the point. Angle of elevation is from the ground to the top of the lighthouse. This is your 55 degrees. So I'll undo this. 55 degrees. Okay, to the top of it. And how tall? Okay, right away, how tall? Height is y. Okay, and you got to see what ratio that we're going to use. Everything goes back to the unit circle. So we need to find y, and we have a point from its base is 200. This is your x, and we have to look at what ratio we have: sine, cosine, or tangent. Sine is x over r. No, excuse me, sine is y over r. We don't have r. Cosine is x over r, but tangent is y over x, so we're going to do tangent. Tangent, we have a degree of 55 degrees of theta is equal to our y over x. I'll put y over x and put that in small fine print. Maybe I should put that after because that's our tangent ratio. And that ratio is y is our unknown over x, which is 200. And I'll put in here, note, tangent of an angle is equal to y over x. Okay, this becomes your proportion. Cross multiply, y is equal to 200. Remember, your constants become your coefficients, and whatever this says, when we put this in our calculator, we are done. Y is equal to 285.3 places. Have to check. 6. Again, the 6 is going to make this 3L. $49. A truck is traveling down a mountain. Okay. A sign says that the degree of the incline is 7. After the truck has traveled 1 mile, which is equal to how many feet in elevation has the truck fallen. Okay, mountain, which stands erect. Let's draw this mountain and figure it out. Again, you're dealing with a right triangle. So label, again, it says the angle of incline is 1, so we want to put 7. It goes inside. Incline is 7 degrees. That helps make it clearer. But the truck is going down the mountain. Truck. So I don't know how to draw a truck. Put some wheels here. Okay. He's kind of doing that. And he's traveled 1 mile. That's his distance. Let's write that. And they tell us they want feet. So I'll put down that that's his path. Again, because the mountain, we're looking at that height of the mountain. And they want us to find how many feet in elevation has the truck fallen? So feet in elevation, fallen, has to be here. Right? Because they want to know how far it's fallen. That means goes down according to its elevation. That's pretty tricky. But that's the only thing that they could be talking about. So here we go. Setting up our proportion and what we have. Remember, go back to your ratios. Sine, cosine is y over r. Good. That's our first one. That's a hit. You get it. So since sine of an angle is equal to y over r, we have this is equal to r. Right angle trigonometry. So sine of 7 degrees is equal to y over r. Cross multiply to solve. Y equals the constant. Look, be careful. Always remind yourself, the constant becomes the coefficient. We did a lot of these. Calculator. $643.470 feet. That's it. 50. The owner of a garage shown below plans to install trim along the roof. The lengths required are bold. So they want us to find, the angles are the same. This is an isosceles an isosceles triangle, which means that if the sides are equal, the angles are equal, so are their sides, corresponding sides. So we use the same variable. How many feet of trim? We got to add it up. 4 times 2. Your answer should be correct to 3 decimal places. Okay, so how many feet? We have 2 of trim. Here we go. Well, first, let's find that missing third angle. We have to in order to use law of sines. So that's easy. So this is A, our plan. B is your alpha plus beta plus whatever. So if you want to put that A, B, C, which is, or we could just say this. Angle B is equal to 180 minus the sum of the other two. Angle A plus C. So angle B is equal to 180 minus 50 plus 50, which you should see right away. You don't have to do all that. Angle B is 100. Excuse me. Is 80. C. We need to find x. So we have x. We have 80. Sine of 80 over 20 is equal to the sine of 50 over x. Cross multiply. X sine 80 equals 20 sine 50. Divide by sine 80 on both sides. And x equals whatever the calculator says, which is 20 sine 50, close the parentheses, divided by sine 80, close the parentheses, 15.557. Okay? And what we're going to do. So if, and again remember our plan, we're adding two of the same thing, two of the same values, then 2x equals, what I like about this, you just take that value answer, it locks it in, and it's just going to say times, and it automatically, calculator automatically takes that last preserved answer and say times 2, and 2x is equal to 31.114 feet of trim. And this is your answer. One. An airplane needs to take a detour around a group of thunderstorms as shown below. How much further does the plane have to travel due to the detour? All right, so we have, this is the main idea. We got a detour. Look at it's bolded. All right, so pretty much let's label our triangle A, B, C. So this is going to be side A. This is going to be side B. And C is unlisted. Okay, so if we're taking a detour, remember the shortest distance is a straight line. So if he's taking a distance, this distance is going to be longer. We need to find A and C. That is going to be our detour. So detour, let's get that plan. Detour, what is the detour? Detour is equal to A plus C, and original path is B. So we have to look at an original, or the shortest path is B. And to find out how much farther, so farther, how much farther is the detour? It's going to be A plus C, that sum, minus B. Because the detour is longer, you're taking two sides, and that is our plan. So we need to find side A, side C, we already have B. Add them together. So here we go, that's A, our plan. B is to find the angle opposite, so we could use law of sines, and angle B is going to be equal to 180 minus the sum of 34 plus 20. Let's put that in our calculators. Angle B, 126 degrees. See, we need to find side A and side B. So let's set up our law of sine. Sine of 34 over A is going to equal to sine of 126 over 50. Cross multiply to solve. A sine 126 equals 50 sine 34. Divide by, you're solving for A, sine of 126 on both sides. And A, or side A, is going to be equal to whatever this says. Clear? Divided by sine of 126. .56, and those zeros mean, let's put the zero, I guess that's what we've been doing to be consistent. That's our A. Okay, moving on. I guess D is going to be, we need to find side C. Here we go. use our, we have sine of 126 over 50 is going to be equal to the sine of 20 over c. Cross multiply, c sine 126 equals 50 sine 20. Divide by sine of 126. And sine c is equal to here 50 sine 20, close the parentheses, sine of 126. I saw a little faux pas here. This is 126. So be careful. And we have 20. And of course, I'm telling myself to be careful. But we should know we all need to be careful. 1, 3, 8. All right, now almost done. So we've set our plan is to find out how long the detour is. So detour is, let's go ahead and put that plan in that we said, which is a plus c minus b, which is, put in those values, a 34.56 plus c minus our b value, and b was given. All right, 34.56 plus detour is 5.698, and I guess this is miles longer. Not that bad. Let's circle this and review the plan.